My name is James Williams Jr., and this is part two of what I was talking about with these transgender issues. You have to forgive my tone of voice. I'm fired up right now, and I mean pissed off, because James Williams Jr. doesn't do drugs or pertain to them unless they're prescribed by the hospital, like these motherfuckers from my stomach. The lives that the transgender people have is amazingly hard for the fact that normal people, if you want to call yourself a normal person, clearly we're evil, don't tend to have the capacity for compassion. And the thing about having compassion, a lot of us don't wear our hearts on our sleeves. You know, I'm one of them people. I wear my heart on my sleeve and I let shit be known. I just had a little bit of a conflict. So again, my attitude is a little bit off. And I'm smiling because I'm pissed. I'm tired of people not being empathetic or sympathetic to other people's feelings and needs and not thinking before we speak. With the transgender issues in the transgender community, you would think that people would just let people live their lives. They got it hard enough as it is. So in this movie, you got the Catholic people, you got people in the town that just all out show hatred towards these people who are getting sexual reassignment. My heart goes out to these people who are getting sexual reassignment, because as hard as my life is, I'm not them. I'm not walking a country mile in their shoes. I can't tell you how it feels to be in the body that you're not supposed to be in. And people don't think that that is a possibility. And people don't think that God makes mistakes. I disagree with that shit completely. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if evil exists, then God made a fucking mistake. Alright? Every life that God has given that has made someone go out and molest children, rape women, kill kids, kill transgender people, kill people for the simple fact of killing, and you want to say God doesn't make mistakes. Well, let me give you a couple of examples of great fucking mistakes. Cain killed Abel out of jealousy. Jealousy is an emotion that is a mistake. Rage, I suffer from that all the time. I'm the biggest rageaholic on the planet, but I own it. And I control myself very well. I have not hit the fucking shit out of people because I can. Because I have infinite knowledge of the human body and how to end it. That doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me a person with the capability of taking a life or keeping a person alive. Now, when you're coming at these people who don't feel that they're in the perfect body that they're supposed to be in, and we judge them and we pass them judgment, another mistake, because supposedly only God can judge us, but as people we tend to judge people who aren't like us. The song "The Color in the Wind," or "Colors of the Wind" from the Pocahontas soundtrack, you think the only people who are really people are the people who look and think the same as you. If you look in the footsteps of a stranger, or you walk in the footsteps of a stranger, you will find and learn things you never knew. That shit is true to life. That shit is true to life, whether you are straight, gay, a child that is transgender, that's transcending, and whatever. And these people in this town were against the fence. Yeah, you got some people who are for it, some people who are against it, some people who just don't give a damn. I fall into that category because personally, in your day to day, if you know a transgender person and they're not bothering you and they're not molesting your kid or raping your wife or your dog or your cat, what is it hurting you? It's not. But we as people don't seem to acknowledge our wrongs that we do. Most people are more ashamed to own a wrong than to accept the fact that, yeah, I fucked up. Most people won't do that. They won't own nothing. They'll be like, oh no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. They will deny, 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 deny. You can't deny shit you did. You can't deny shit that you said. Because if you said it or if you did it, no matter how many times you say you sorry, you still did it. You can't undo it and you can't unsay it. Because if you said it on some level or another, you meant to say it. Now, whether you like it or not, it's done. It done flew out your mouth. You can't swallow that shit back. It would be cool if I had special effects, right? But you can't take it back. Once it's said, it's said. Once it's done, it's done. You can't unpunch someone. You done already swung. and you swung for the fences. And once it connects, two things are going to happen. They're either going to go to sleep or they're going to hit you back. I would prefer that if I'm hitting someone that they go slam the fuck to sleep. Because it's better to give pain than receive it. Street Fighter 2. But the thing is, we as people don't tend to want to honor the shit that fly out of our mouth. We don't want to live up to the things that we do. We don't want to admit that we are ever wrong when we are wrong. We don't want to own our wrongs. We don't want to own I fucked up. We don't want to take responsibility for that. But there's a lot of people out here who hasn't taken responsibility for their actions in having unwanted children. There are a lot of people who haven't taken actions for how they treat the children that they wanted and have. There are people out here who are totally against owning every bad thing they've said about someone who is gay or transgender. And let's not forget, while we're on that, those people have parents. Those people are someone's children. And here we go, fucking with them. Why do we do this? Oh, yeah, the simple answer is because we can. But we don't want to think before we speak. We don't want to hold back our actions. We just want to go out there and be normal and just blow things out the air and do things out of proportion. I got two members of my family that live an alternative lifestyle. I love them. I'll deny it in court, but I love them. We haven't always seen eye to eye. But they have a harder life than we do. I'm struggling to get a job. They're struggling to survive. That's a big damn step. And we got this movie where these guys going to Trinidad to get gender sexual reassignment. They have had it hard all their lives. The main character was a guy who was transcending for 14 years. 14 years. This movie came out in 2008. So whatever they're doing now, it's beyond us, because there's like no redux or reboot or let us know what the hell's going on. It was an HBO special that came out way back, like 6 years ago. If my math is correct, because 16 minus 8 is 8, I think. I really suck at math, that's why I got infantry. And the thing is, all right, let's step it up a little further than Trinidad. The Army had an ass load of people who live the alternative lifestyle, and the Navy and the Marines, and let's just be blunt, the entire armed forces have had something said against it, about it, or done it, or whatever. And here we go with don't ask, don't tell. And then we try to get rid of that. And now you're trying to mess with more people and destroying more lives. And what is the problem? We're all on the same side. We're all on the same team. And some people just don't feel like they're on the right team sexually. God, I can't put this together without sounding like a complete dick. But when you watch these things and you see the struggle that people have, and you gotta remember, there was once a soldier who was a man who became a woman. He was a badass. And he became a woman because he felt that he wasn't in the right body. And we all judged him. Not me, because I didn't know anything about it until I seen the documentary. I could care two shits. He was even on either the Today Show or one of those morning shows a few years back. Again, I could care two shits because it's his life. I don't have the right to tell someone how they can and can't live their life. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I am a former member of the United States National Guard. I am a man who does kung fu. Would love to have made a living doing it. I am a man who is the second of 7 children who has suffered more than most of his life because of favoritism and other things beyond my control. And yet, I don't have a problem with these transgender people. It's everyone else that has a problem with it. So I'm watching this show and I'm thinking, why is it like this? Just a few months back, I did a video about the girl 2 towns away or whatever who was trying to use the boys' bathroom because she's transgending. And again, like I said in the video before this, where if I was in her shoes, I would just grin and bear it and accept it and just be a fucking lesbian. Sorry for the cussing. But, because it in my opinion, it's easier. You know what I'm saying? Women have it easier. And she should embrace that and consider that before she goes and gets sexual reassignment. Because, maybe she'll change her mind. She's only 14. She has time to grow up and change her mind. So just stay. Luckily, you can't have gender reassignment until you're like 18. So that's a blessing in disguise in itself. You really can't, because it's um I guess it's a cruel and unusual punishment or something, or child cruelty or some form of child abuse. But legally, if you're transgending people, you can't have surgery until you're 18 unless there's like some kind of big fucking accident or some shit and you don't really have a say in the matter. Because if it's like, well, we have to save her life and his penis has been chopped off and he's already getting sexual reassignment anyway because he's walking around in dresses, so just go ahead and make the surgery. Okay, that's a possibility as well, but the thing is, maybe he was just going through a phase and he might grow out of wearing dresses in his mom's high heel shoes. You just don't know, which is why you have to wait until you're 18. Now, watch this stuff, and like the guy said in the video, I don't know the name that he took or whatever. He said his transition took 14 years. I think he had children. I don't know. I know that the soldier who went through this had children, and everybody's looking. There's like all these like movies like this that's just been like being made or whatever. And the kids of transgender people, and the children who are transgender. It's like it's the best way I can put it is there are a clusterfuck of these movies that are out, and this one just happened to be one that I happened to fall upon. I didn't read the bio before I hit the record button. I thought that the thing said Trinidad. I didn't read it all the way through because I was asleep. So I just watched it, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why does this stuff have to keep happening? And city to city, every story is different. So wherever you choose to live, if you're transgender and you're watching, first let me apologize for anything that I've said that is completely unfounded or offensive or whatever. And if you're not transgender, I'm just telling y'all to look at it like I look at it and just try to be more understanding. You're not living that guy's life or that girl's life, and you kind of got to let them roll with the punches and be there to support them and back them up, pick them up off the ground. Don't let nobody beat them down or anything, but you in turn just watch their back. Make sure that somebody's there for them to fall on or come to when they get to the point where they can't take it anymore. Which goes back to what I said at the beginning. There are a lot of people in this world who say God does not make mistakes. I completely and totally disagree. And no, I do not fear God. I know in my heart of hearts I cannot whoop his ass. There's nothing that a normal person can do to God. So I can't fear him either because snap of the finger, I'm dead. I know that. And I know I'm going to answer to God for everything I've ever done and everything I've ever said. And here's the thing on that. Fear is a mind killer. The only thing he can do to me when I'm dead is send me to heaven or hell. Or send me back to earth in a worse life than I've already had. So that the only thing that can happen there is that when he gives me another life, I'm just going to either wind up killing myself and have to go back to answer to him again because suicide is a sin. Or I'm going to make the best out of the life that I have and do better than what I've done in this life. I believe in reincarnation. I believe that some of us have to be recycled into earth to either make a difference or learn some lesson in another life that we didn't learn in the life that we currently have. I talked to other people who are like me on that, and some of us believe that we've been here before. I don't know if I've been here before, but I know if I have, I need to hurry up and learn whatever lesson I need to learn so I can stop coming back. You know what I mean? But I like living, who doesn't? I mean, okay, there are some people who just can't take it anymore. And, bullying also leads to these issues. And transgender people are bullied just as much as normal people. I got bullied a lot. I never got bullied by anybody who was transgender or anything, but I did get bullied by a lot of people who were bigger than me. I still have your numbers. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to strike. However, since I'm grown and I like my freedom and I also was a member of the United States military, I don't have time to worry about your dumbasses for shit that you got away with in high school. And besides that, karma is a slow wheel that turns. But it does turn. And eventually what goes around comes around. And you never know. Maybe your kids are being bullied by someone else's kids because you guys bullied me. And some of your kids are probably God only knows where because of you guys bullying me. Karma doesn't discriminate and karma doesn't play. So you need to learn how to leave people alone and respect their decisions to live their life the way they want. I got mad respect for transgender people as I finish this off, because this has been 15 minutes of your life that you can't get back. I have mad respect for them for the simple fact that every day they step outside, it's a new, brave, dangerous adventure for them. Because there's always one asshat in the world that doesn't like the way they're living their lives, that wants to bring them some harm, or wants to say something that will hurt them here because they can't hurt them here. You know, it'd be pretty bad for you to get your ass beat by a transgender person, especially if it's a chick that was like a dude first, or a dude that was like a chick first. You know, and transgender people can fight. Don't think that they can't. You know, don't let that little hiccup um, lead you down to the hospital. So in closing this video, you know, you need to respect everyone, whether they're normal, if you want to say we're normal, or whether they live the alternative lifestyle. I really don't know how to like put that all in the same sentence without sounding like a complete dick. So you just need to respect people, period. I'm James Williams Jr. Just come for habit number 2, 16 in 3 minutes, seconds, whatever. Be seeing you. Okay, if I can figure out how to cut the damn thing off.